Sadhguru, another important thing as far as I was concerned, I was very enamored by the whole thing of cauvery calling, right? And you explained in detail about what cauvery calling is and how much of deforestation has happened, and we need to reforest them to get the land back. Water needs to be, the land needs to have the ability to hold the water on and all that sort of stuff. How far are we in the zone of rehabilitating? I know it's a long-term process, but how much have we made strides, Sadhguru?
See, the significant thing is the Karnataka government announced subsidy for the farmer. For every tree, 125 rupees subsidy has been allotted. Not only that, for somebody who encourages somebody to plant a tree, he gets 5 rupees. Suppose you are the farmer, I make you plant 100 trees, now I get 500 rupees for this. So now we are training youth to be agents of change. So they can take this up like a part-time profession, that they meet the farmers in the local areas, because they know each other, they're related largely, they can talk to them and encourage them and may facilitate this stuff, because both will benefit. He will get subsidy, this guy will get 5 rupees commission for that. So this process is already on. This monsoon we were to go full on, but now we are like little slowed down. But still, I think in Karnataka we are planting about somewhere around 70 lakhs or 72 lakh saplings, which already farmers have been booked for. So this is a comprehensive thing, that it is a combination of trees so that the land rejuvenates. Right now UNCCD is very concerned about India because our soil is dying. See, when we say soil, we are just talking about largely 39 inches of topsoil. On an average in the world, there is 39 inches of topsoil. Almost all life happens in this 39 because of these 39 inches of soil. Tamil Nadu and southern India largely considered a blessed land because where we are right now, we have nearly 18 to 20 feet of topsoil, which is a fantastic thing. This is the reason why agriculture has been on here for over 12,000 years or so. There is history of agriculture, because in some places here, not so in southern Tamil Nadu probably, but in this part, western and northern part of Tamil Nadu, 15 to 20 feet of topsoil, this is extremely rich place that way. See, we may think richness means we struck oil, gold, diamond, this one, that one. But for the next generation, if you want the next generation to live a rich life, when I say a rich life, I'm not talking about your stock market or your bank balance or something like this. Well, clean air, pure water, nutritious food, and life is throbbing within you, this is a rich life. Rest of it is just, accessories to life. The real life is in this, how wonderfully a man can function, a human being can function, simply depends upon how pure is the air, how clean is the water, how nutritious is the food that you consume. If there is no strength in the soil, right now nearly 42% of Tamil Nadu soil has been declared as fallow. That means it's becoming desert. So there is a whole movement to stop this desertification, but nothing much has happened on the ground. Too much talk has happened, conferences have happened, papers have been written, but on the ground, this is where cauvery calling came in. For that, so many people are protesting against that. Do you know this? They're all located in Chennai only. They are saying it's dangerous to plant this many trees. Can you believe that? They're saying it's dangerous. Before these people came or I came or you came, what was here on this land? This land was all trees. So how does it become dangerous to put back the trees? Simply because they're only looking at it in some way, because there is no money in this, that's their problem, I think. Because in every ecological thing, conference, go here, go there, there is money. Now action on the ground, there is no money, you have to spend from your pockets. So, nobody is interested in this. But Karnataka government has taken the policy changes very quickly and very, very responsive. On the ground, things will happen there for sure. It should have happened much larger. We were preparing for a very big during the monsoon, but now we have kind of toned it down a little bit because we don't know when it'll become safe for our volunteers to go village to village, meet people, do these things. We are not sure about that yet. It doesn't look like… monsoon is about to start, already pre-monsoon showers are coming here. So anytime monsoon will start pouring within the next week's time, so we are still not ready because we don't want to send young people out there and suppose somebody, these are all dedicated people, we don't want to kill them, they're willing to give their lives, that doesn't mean we can take their lives, all right? So because of that, we've slowed down a little bit, but still over 70 lakh saplings will go. See, we must understand this, the difference between this and afforestation is that this is going into farmland, private land. That means they will take care of it because it's their commercial interest. That is the fundamental difference that I've been trying to beat it into everybody's heads, but after talking for hours, in the end they ask, where is the land? Really, just been seeing in various places I've been going and speaking to people who hold responsible positions, after explaining everything for 1 hour, in the end ask, all this is fantastic, Sadhguru, but where is the land? The land is in the hands of the farmer. Only if you make it lucrative for him, you can put back these trees, otherwise you will only talk about it.
We have a lot of this discussion on farmers, right? Every year, pre-monsoon, post-monsoon, we hear small stories of farmers committing suicides, farmers struggling to pay off the debts. All these things are a regular feature. But aren't these people that are the ones that are putting food on our plate? Should we, like, for example, say like an engineering or a medicine, where we put children into it, promote the industry and make it a bigger industry? Is it time for us all to invest and say our children must feel agriculture is attractive? Has the time come really?
100% that needs to happen. If that doesn't happen, there's no food security for this country. Right now, we've taken some kind of rudimentary surveys. What I see is, not even 2% of the farm community want their children to go into farming. That is what it is. So in another 25 years, when this generation passes, who will grow food for you? Right now in this country, there are nearly 65% of the population who know how to conduct this magic of turning mud into food. Not a simple thing. But you're an engineering graduate, isn't it? I'll tell you, you come here, I'll give you 10 acres of good land, very fertile land. Grow 10 varieties of crops and show me, you will see it'll be a total failure. Even if you are an MSc in agriculture, still you will be a failure, generally, except a very few who come from that community, who know how to do this. Because the farmer looks illiterate, people think it's some silly thing to do. It is not, it is a very complex and very time-sensitive operations, the way it is done, the farming. Because the guy looks undernourished and badly dressed, we think it's something not important. You and me are eating only because of him. And it's not a small achievement, one of the greatest achievements of this nation is, we are managing to provide food for 1.4 billion people without any major imports of food. There's no any major import of food actually, we're exporting a little bit, a few small things are coming in. But generally we are able to provide. See, even in a situation like this, right now this virus situation, even now during this pandemic, we have enough food. How to reach that person who has no money is another problem, but we have food in the country. Suppose you don't have food in the country, then that disaster is totally of a different nature. So farmer has done a fantastic job with no great technology, no great science, just with traditional knowledge. The only problem that he is facing, why you're seeing these suicides and other things is, one thing is, there is no power of scale over generations, because we have history of thousands of years of agricultural history, over generations it's become smaller and smaller and smaller. Today, the average land holding in the country is 1 hectare, that is 2.25 acres. In 2.25 acres, or for every 2.25 acres, there's a barbed fence, there is a borewell, there's an electric connection, there are pipelines, it's a complete waste of resources. For the amount of money that goes into it, there is no way he can get to make it lucrative or profitable for himself. So this is what is leading to this. So right now this FPO movement, we have one of the best run FPOs in Tamil Nadu is run by us here in this region. It's an organization of about 1,200 farmers. Now we are seeing how to scale this to 50,000 farmers. Right now on the ground, nothing much has happened. All we have done is to show them it works. All we have done is, there are 3, 4 youth always on the phone negotiating these products. Just with negotiation, their income has gone up 300%. Just with simple negotiation and timing the sale of the produce, this is all. And another thing is the inputs. We have set up a superstore where all the inputs, whatever the dealer margin was about 25 to 30%, that is going straight to the farmer. That 30% itself is a big thing for him. So, we are looking at, if you put 50,000 farmers together, it becomes a major corporation run by them. You can hire professionals, you can hire scientists to, agricultural scientists to see what crops to grow, how to grow and everything. We can hire, marketing experts to do this, or we can consult, we can handle this internationally. All this we are looking at because from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, the latitudinal spread that we have in this country, the types of soils and weather conditions that we have in this country, 12 months of the year, you can just grow almost anything that grows anywhere in this world. And if we handle this capacity, this latitudinal spread, and 65% still being capable of doing farming, if we handle this right, then we can become the breadbasket of the world. But right now, we have laws like this, that, this compulsory school education is killing the farming totally. Every child goes to school, by the time he comes to till 10th standard, he need not pass, he just keeps going. Without learning 2+2, millions of them have reached 9th, 10th standard. Only in 10th standard he gets filtered. By then, he is physically not competent to work in the farm, mentally completely in a different way. He thinks he's educated just because he's gone to school. So, we are completely destroying the future of farming in this country. It is time educated people invest and invest their children in the farming, because it can be done in a very good way, there is enough science and technology. What is lacking is scale. Scale can be achieved by bringing them together as a farmer-producer organization. There were many tax and other things which we got relaxed now. See, for example, if you are a farmer, how much ever you earn, there's no tax for you. But if 10 of us farmers got together and made an FPO, then there is 30% income tax. So why will we come together? You're ensuring we don't come together. So I appealed to the Prime Minister and he relaxed up to 100 crores earning, there is no tax. But now I'm pushing why 100 crore limit? If farming has to survive in this country, you cannot give teachings, you cannot run agricultural institutions. All you have to do is make it lucrative. If it's lucrative, it will survive.
Sadhguru, forgive my ignorance if this question is not pertinent, but if you take a look at big communities in India right now, one is the movie industry is big. I'm not well versed with the movie industry. The cricket industry is really large, but so when I speak about the cricket industry, until Kapil Dev lifted the 1983 World Cup, and later on when Sachin Tendulkar came into play for the country, the game was largely not money driven. It was telecasted free of cost on TV. Then the TV rights came and the players started earning more. Is there a possibility, the way you're saying how large a scale this agriculture is there a possibility that such people can come into the mix and make this a really large and phenomenal industry? Is there a possibility?
Yes, what else do you think I'm doing? That's what I'm trying to do. We are putting our energies behind it, we are raising money for this, and above all, giving a voice to it. See, right now, because you mentioned the word suicide, suicide in not some… See, individual people unfortunately will commit suicide for a variety of reasons. When over 300,000 people commit suicide in a matter of 15 to 20 years for one reason, one particular reason of farm distress, nearly 300,000 or more than 300,000 people have committed suicide, let's say in this century, in the last 20 years. It's actually in about 15, 16 years, let's say 20 years. Because some people will always debate, no, that guy died because he had family issues, this, that they're saying. But I'm asking you, usually the explanation is, that's because he couldn't pay his bank loan, he killed himself, this happened, that happened. I'm asking you, suppose you are a farmer, you have a rich soil and abundant water, no matter what is your situation, would you commit suicide? Or would I commit suicide? Definitely not. Right now, the distress is the soil is so poor. Soil is so poor. Why did it become poor? You can keep the soil rich only by putting organic content into it. See, soil is full of life. If you… I don't know if you've been in a rainforest or, in southern India itself, in Western Ghats, if you go inside the forest, just pick it up like this, you will see it's bursting with life, the soil. That's how it should be. But right now it is plowed and left open for 8, 9 months. It's really dead. First 9, 10 inches, 12 inches where the crop goes is completely dead. Whenever you fly from Chennai to Delhi, now you're in the Delhi team, I heard, so you have to fly Chennai to Delhi, every 5 minutes look out of the window. You will see India looks like a brown desert, except a few green patches here and there. Most of it is a brown desert because these are all agricultural lands. When there is no crop, they're just plowed and left open to kill the soil. So this kind of practices we have come to because we saw Europeans doing massive, industry like farming. But now they've all changed, but we didn't change. We are still doing the same thing. It is very important. See, suppose you grow 1 ton of, let's say, sugarcane or paddy or whatever from the soil, what you have taken out is 1 ton of topsoil, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to put it back. How can you put it back? The only way is leaves from the trees or animal waste. Trees are gone long time ago. In Cauvery basin, 87% of the tree cover has been removed in the last 70 years. And animals are all traveling abroad. There are no animals on the farm. People think tractor will do it, tractor will plow it, but tractor will not enrich the soil as animals would. Animals would work also and enrich the soil also. But now they're all gone, people thought they're useless, and we are thinking just by putting salts, everything will be okay. For all those people who don't understand what I'm saying, in our meal, in southern Indian meal, without salt we are not eating any food. Little bit of salt and so many other things. Instead of that, make it 90% salt and 10% whatever else you want to eat. One meal if you eat like that, you will understand what you are doing to this soil and to this country.
Okay. Thank you, Sadhguru. Anything else? Anything else, Sadhguru?
Well, the sport in the world may not be the same for next 12 months probably. No spectators, so there is no big excitement and stuff like that. But I think this is a time we should learn to live with, because there is no point risking those people who are vulnerable. Risking their lives is not our business. Because I am not vulnerable, I will go and do whatever I want to do, is not a human way of doing things. We have to respect that. And we must make sure that the casualties are minimum. And at the same time, we must focus on putting this nation back on the track. Whether it's economy or sport or culture, everything should come back as quickly as possible. We can't just be locked up forever, but in a very responsible and conscious way.
Thank you, Sadhguru. It's been a pleasure. It's been a dream for me to do this. Thank you for honoring. Thank you so much.
Namaskaram. Thank you very much. All the best for you for whatever match is coming up.
Thank you, Sadhguru.